Normally, whenever I go into making a YouTube video, I at least have a general idea of how I want things to look, the things that I want to say, the concepts I want to touch on. This is kind of the complete opposite. I like to have, or at least feel like I have some sense of control. That control makes me feel comfortable and it makes me feel safe because it makes me feel like I'm able to control how you, the audience, is perceiving me. So showing up and filming the way that I'm filming right now is very vulnerable. And I'm getting emotional. I don't even know why I'm getting emotional. It feels like tears of joy. And I think I'm experiencing these tears of joy because for so long I have been living inside of my comfort zone without even realizing that I was in my comfort zone. Living on autopilot, repeating detrimental thought patterns that I've learned from childhood, that I've learned through distasteful and hurtful experiences. I was living so blissfully unaware until recently I became aware of the bubble that I had put myself in. And suddenly my comfort zone became extremely uncomfortable. It still is my comfort zone in a sense. It's what I'm used to. So I guess in that way it is comfortable. But I'm not growing, I'm not learning, and it hurts. For the last few years, I have done so much internal reflection. I have held a microscope up to my inner world. And I was about to say, and I've learned so much, but I feel like saying I've unlearned so much would be better. Everyone in life faces hardship. Everyone. But at some point, it becomes our responsibility to stop allowing the hardship to control our lives, to stop allowing the hardship to dictate our emotions and how we move through the world. It becomes our responsibility to heal from the hurt, to acknowledge that it did happen to us and that we didn't deserve that, but there's no sense in us continuing the hurt through the patterns that the hurt has created. I have lived under a mask, under many masks, and to sit here and to speak from the heart, to speak so authentically, to just be me and to share my story is growth. The last 4-5 years, I have been so hell-bent, I think that's the word, I think that's a saying, on manifesting my purpose. The one thing that brings me the most passion I have ever felt is creating content. I've always dreamt of being a content creator. And if you've been here for a while, I've said it quite a few times, so you probably already know. The intention that I've set to connect with my purpose, to live out my purpose, has brought me through this whirlwind of a journey. Connecting with my purpose has forced me to, like I said, take a magnifying glass and look at my internal world. My past taught me that it's not safe to be myself, that I am not enough. Because of that, truly stepping into my purpose, truly connecting with my purpose has been difficult. Career aside, everyone's purpose in life is to show up authentically, to embrace who they are. And when we go through difficult things and those difficult things hurt us, when we hold on to that hurt, it changes who we are. We stray from our core essence. We get lost in the pain. My past taught me that it's not safe to be myself because I will be judged, because I will be rejected. And as a child, we don't really have the mental capacity to really understand what's going on. We don't have that higher vantage point, being able to separate ourselves from the incident. We can't say that what this other person has said to me or has done to me is not a reflection of who I am. We're just so in the moment. But older me, the more aware me, continued to accept those lessons. but not anymore. All throughout my healing journey, I found myself asking the question, what exactly does healing look like? How do I heal? I'm able to acknowledge the negative ways that my past and my trauma is affecting me, but I don't even know where to begin. So how am I ever going to heal if I don't know how to do it? My relationship with healing has changed a lot. I have gotten closer with healing, and I have a better and deeper understanding of it. And it's never a linear process. There are still times where I feel overwhelmed with the idea of healing. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing, that maybe what I'm doing isn't working. What healing is simply awareness and feeling. To heal means to be aware of how you are feeling, not trying to stop it from happening, not trying to act like it doesn't exist. In order to fully heal and move on from something, you have to feel it, you have to face it. So when I'm faced with these feelings of unworthiness that stem from my past, I allow myself to feel those things, but instead of letting it become me, I allow it to move through me. Remind myself that I am not my past. These masks that I've started identifying with, mask of unworthiness, a mask to stay small, to stay safe, to stay protected, those things are not the real me. And those are things that I learned, that were conditioned into me by negative experiences. And to fully heal and to move on, I have to become aware of who I truly am to my core. And that is always a lovable, priceless, unique person. To my core, I am special. To their core, everyone is special. And the more I unlearn what I have been taught, what I have been forced to identify with, closer I become to my authentic self, my true self, my real self. To be on a healing journey means to give yourself grace. It means to give yourself compassion. Something that I found myself feeling is a lot of frustration because I feel like I'm so self-aware of my problems and where they stem from. So part of me feels like I should just be able to make them poof, vanish. Like if I'm so aware that this really isn't me, if I'm so aware that it's coming from this and that, why am I still feeling these things? Why am I still finding myself in these patterns? And that's just because I'm human. I just really feel like a part of my purpose on this earth is to share my story. Emotional parts of it, the painful parts of it, the vulnerable parts of it, because I know there are other people out there going through the same thing. I love coming across people who share the vulnerable parts of themselves because it makes me feel less alone. In the face of adversity, it can be really easy to feel like we're alone, especially when not many people openly share their struggles with the world. But we are never ever alone, and there is so much strength and resilience inside of us all that I know no matter what I'm going through, no matter what you're going through, you will make it out to the other side.